Welcome back to WSAV News 3 today at 11. 2 months ago, our favorite food and cultural journalist, Martina Yvette Allen, sat in that very chair that she's sitting in right now to preview Savannah's newest neighborhood grocery destination while it was still a work in progress. Now, fast forward to July 24th. After much anticipation, Nelly's Grocery and Wine Market officially opened its doors to the public in grand fashion, and it did not disappoint. In this week's edition of A Dash of That, Martina joins us with the establishment's co-owner, Chanel Parker, to talk about the thoughtfully curated market that's not only giving people what they want, but what that area desperately needs. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited about this interview because a few months ago, as I just mentioned, you were in here excited to talk about this new establishment.
Absolutely. All we had at this time was renovations, a lot of good bones that were getting adjusted, and then from there came this beautiful store that has that hint of that blue indigo, and then also the good hint, the good people here at Nelly. So I'm really happy that Chanel is here to talk with us today too.
So Chanel, it actually started long before that because you and your husband are Savannah transplants.
That's correct.
You had this idea. Tell us how this all came about.
Well, a little bit about me. I actually worked in tech majority of my professional career. I never thought I would leave. I love my company, love my clients, love my job. But this is honestly a God thing that God told me to do. But I resisted. I said, no, didn't make any sense. But I love to cook, and naturally I knew that I wanted to be in that vein. And so I took that leap of faith on January 2025, quit my job, and that's when we started to look for a place.
So Martina, we talk about how thoughtful and intentional this market is, from the products to the people. Let's elaborate on that a little bit.
So, you know, I have to always talk about the history of things. Historically speaking, the area where you have historic Savannah was always known as a market. City Market in itself isn't just named that. It's actually because it was a market space. And also from there, if you stretch even further, you go to the area that used to be West East Broad, and then now as coined as MLK or Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. All of those areas were markets. You had a number of markets, and most of those markets were owned by African Americans within the community. So actually having this particular store was one of those reemergence, and one of those things that allows us to be able to see a lot of curated items, mostly owned by a majority of Black-led spaces, which is something that we really love to see as well. So when you go into the store, there's also some Black vendors that they have that are local, which I think is really great. I'm certain that soon Chanel will talk on it, but AgriUnity is one of the ones that also provides a lot of the produce. Always going ahead.
We're taking a look now at video of the grand opening, which was a big success. And Chanel, you said when you talked to Martina in your most recent interview that she kind of put you on the map because the response was overwhelming. You said it was organic, and Martina, this, after the sneak peek of the store, received more than 32,300 views and 5,700 reactions on your Dash of That TikTok page.
Yes, that's correct. So we, I knew that it was going to be a big store. I did not know it was going to succeed in the way that it did. I mean, even from the grand open, as you can see from the video, you have people kind of waiting, it seems like in increments, to actually get into the location. And it was just beautiful to see Savannah come together and actually support this beautiful couple and their vision as well.
So my family and I came in that day, but long after the crowd left, because we knew. So Chanel, we're going to talk about AgriUnity Collective, which is now a staple in your store.
Yes, honestly, it was kind of happenstance how we met. I have a good friend named Naja that introduced us.
We know Naja.
Yes, you do. But I would say that for the longest, I was trying to save space for Black family farms to come in and be on our shelves. It was very important for me to save space for them from a produce point of view. But I was pregnant, and so I kind of lost traction with trying to find out who they were. So Naja came into my doors one day, mentioned these, cowboys and things, and from there we connected, and I really make it my intention to support local. So AgriUnity does provide a lot of our produce at this time, but that doesn't mean that it stops there. We do seek out local farmers because we think that customers value where the produce comes from, how they're handling the land, how they're really thinking about sustainability. And so I really appreciate farmers that come through our doors and can provide that service to our customers.
And also the fact that they're not really being supported financially.
Yes, exactly. Farming is a industry that unfortunately is not as supported as it once used to be financially. So when people do buy produce from Nelly's, I always tell them thank you, because you are supporting families that are able to provide something back to themselves and their land too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're taking a picture, taking
Okay.
a look at a picture
Okay.
of
Hi, Reed.
the chef. See? Yes. I got you, Martina. Tell us.
Yes.
So this is Reese Armstrong, who is now the new executive chef over at the Drayton Hotel at Neo Brister. And we had the pleasure of actually meeting up with him because due to their connection, Chanel and Reese hit it off, and Reese was very innovative about the idea of actually creating a space where he felt like it was imperative to actually highlight Nelly. So they actually created the sample gazpacho that was served during the time of the grand opening. It was so good.
So delicious.
Okay,
It
so
was delicious.
speaking of connections,
Correct.
Sensory is also in your store.
They are.
And my son-in-law and his family are from Kansas City, and the owner is actually one of their relatives.
Oh, wow.
They happened upon the product when they visited. But here's what I kept from you during the
Okay.
break is that you have a team member who's from Ghana. I mentioned to her that that's my dream destination. And for my birthday, my son actually bought the cookbook that you have in the store. That was one of my presents there. So I'm going to ask you, Martina, what is your favorite part about the shopping experience, or one of your favorite products in Nelly's?
So right now, and I cannot remember the name of it, there's like it's kind of similar to a Chex Mix. But Chanel definitely told me, Gochiso. She told me, she was like, you're gonna get addicted to this, and I was like, we'll see. And so I will be honest, I ate the bag in almost 2 nights. It was so delicious, but it's kind of like a very good like blend of like Japanese flavors, a little bit of miso, maybe some a little bit of gochujang as well. So you have that, and then it's blended with additional like nuts, and then a little bit of like seeds and things of that nature as well. So it's a very healthy snack, very good snack. But also one of the things I really loved at the grand opening, well, the soft opening, excuse me, was they had little samples, and one of the samples was a chili oil rice. And when I tell you, that was so delicious. They did a wonderful job on that, and it uses a lot of ingredients that you would see in curated shops as well. So I do love the idea of them actually building recipes using the products that they have. That's one of the things that has been very innovative as far as this open is concerned.
So we have about 15 seconds, and I know it's not enough time to talk about this, but let's just touch on this, just some of the misconceptions, because you see the aesthetics, and many people assume that the store is expensive, but you are working on a way for customers to soon be able to use EBT and SNAP benefits.
We are in the process of trying to get everything together. It was very important for us to bring produce in first, and so now that we're kind of getting our way there, we can move forward. We're trying to figure out what's the rest of that process look like. So stay tuned for sure.
Yes.
All right, stay tuned. Chanel, Martina, thank you so much for joining us today. It's
you.
been a pleasure.
Thank
We can
you.
talk all day. You can find a link to Martina's blog, A Dash of That, A Dash of History, this segment, and any of her previous interviews by visiting our website, wsav.com/Martina. Right now it's time for a look at our forecast. Alyssa, good morning.